My name is Brandon Markle. Our company is Through Glass Cleaning Company. Been in business since 2010. We offer window cleaning, pressure washing, house washing, roof cleaning, and gutter cleaning services. When we first started giving quotes, there was no real system to it. Eventually, we were able to get, business. We started doing jobs for people, but we didn't really have a follow-up system. Maybe the next year I would look back in the calendar and then start calling people in the spring. If I gave someone a quote and they rejected the quote, we basically just parted ways. There wasn't any options for the customer at that point. It was either you get this service or you don't. The biggest pain point for me before having Responsibid, we didn't have a plan of attack. I was never able to have the confidence of knowing that this is gonna work out. When I was looking for software, I believe I discovered Responsibid at one of the first huge conventions I went to, I think about 4 years ago or so. And when I was able to see just some of the things that it could do as far as systemizing bids and following up with customers, it kind of just blew my mind at that point. I had some friends that I was with, they told me to take a look at it. Everything I saw just was kind of like next level, and I was like, man, I gotta have this. The staff from Responsibid can set you up. And they've done this a time or two, so they might know a little something about it. Every time I use that chat bubble, I always get a response. It might not be 2 seconds from the time I typed in the question, but within a very reasonable amount of time, I've got a response back. Over time, I have changed things. If I want to raise the price of my window cleaning, I can go into my window cleaning pricing, change the prices I need to, or adjust them accordingly, and then it will refresh that pricing now. That's great when we do raise our prices. When you put forth the time to get it set up, then it's just like you don't even think about it. I can put in these windows and house size, and it's gonna calculate the proper calculation every time. Whether it's a 1,500 square foot house or a 20,000 square foot house. Another really great thing about Responsibid is how it connects to other software, like Nice Job, SendJim, Jobber. It's a seamless operation. We start with Responsibid, we take the customer's information in the call screen. Once we provide their quote, we book the job in Responsibid. It's on our schedule in Jobber. Now the tech can look at his phone and he sees that job when it comes up and he can go do it. Once the job's complete, we'll mark it complete in Jobber, and that will automatically trigger back to Responsibid the closed status. What that means is that the job has been completed, and at this point, we want to have an after-job follow-up happen with the customer. If you think about who are your best customers? Who would be a better customer for you than the neighbors of the customers you service? Because they're in the same type of houses, neighborhoods. What we do is in our closed status, we have a follow-up that shoots 5 postcards, which we choose the number, to the 5 closest neighbors. They're custom tailored to tell the neighbor, hey, we just did work for your neighbors. What can we clean for you? We don't think about it, it just happens. The closed status also triggers a Nice Job review ask. Nice Job is able to ask the customer if they were happy with our service and if we could get a review from them. We've gotten lots of Google reviews from that. Another thing I use the closed status for is to send a follow-up survey to the customer asking them how we did. We want them to be beyond happy, and we make it easy for them to respond back to us with a survey letting us know how we did. We have a 90-day follow-up. We have a 6-month follow-up. Then we do a 9-month follow-up and a 12-month follow-up. We now do a 18-month follow-up and up to a 24-month follow-up. And now keep in mind, if the customer books work, it won't keep going with the closed status. But if the customer has not came back to us for service, it will, up to 2 years is how we have our setup, follow up with a customer and say, hey, it's been 2 years since your last cleaning. And you know what? People are hitting on this. We're getting people from 2 years since we've serviced them who want a service because we followed up with them. Our company uses Responsibid to do all our bidding and all of our customer follow-up. And we will always use Responsibid to do those things because it does it better than anybody else. Any job we book through Responsibid, we pull up the CrewCal calendar. CrewCal reads Jobber's calendar and knows where there's open spots available. CrewCal takes into account the drive time from your shop, the distance, and how long it's going to take between jobs to help you schedule in the best spot to make your route the most efficient. And then it automatically pushes over onto our Jobber calendar. So that all happens seamlessly. We've had some jobs where the customer has scheduled themselves through CrewCal. so they were able to book the spot they wanted. We might not be able to always allow the customer to schedule themselves, but for our office person to schedule jobs, they're able to use CrewCal to know time frames and distances where we should put jobs. As a business owner, life is busy and I've got a lot of stuff going on. With Responsibid, I can be going about my life and I don't have to worry about things like customer follow-up, bids that we've submitted. Those aren't concerns for me, and I can be sitting down, reading a book, and get a notification on my watch that someone booked a job. I kind of take it for granted now. All the things it does for me, it's like having an extra person always working for my company, but it's just a software, and it's doing the work of an actual person 24 hours a day. I was away at a trade show in August. I got an email notification, and I looked at my phone, and a $5,000 window cleaning job had went pending. There's many examples like that where that happens. You may have initially given the customer a quote, but Responsibid kept contacting them when you were busy doing life. It's often not right on the spot when a customer will necessarily decide to use a service or close a job. They'll say they might want to talk or they might not be home. It's talking to the customer for you while you're away, and when it happens to you in real life, it's really a great feeling. The amount of time that I've saved with Responsibid has allowed me to do so much more in my business that I couldn't have done even at a few $100s a job. 3-4 jobs that would pay for Responsibid for the year. Responsibid is underpriced for what you get, because once it is set up, all this stuff just keeps on happening. For the last 4 years now, I've been following up with customers, but I haven't even typed up an email. I'm able to spend time with my family, and all these other things for work are getting done while I'm doing what I want to do.